Good day, everyone. What we have is keys and formation of keys. What is key? Key is the levels of human voice, the pitches of human voice. We have 7 natural keys. There are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And once you stop at G, this one will start again A, B, C, and it continues, but that is not what we are studying now. So these 7 natural keys, they are always in white notes in your piano or your keyboard or your organ. So but in between A and B there is also a key here, but in between a C and B there is nothing. In between C and D there is something here. In between E and D there is something here. In between E and F there is nothing. In between F and G there is something, and it continues. And these 1, 2, 3, 4, and in between G and A, another A, there is something. So in between those keys, those ones are called sharp and flat keys. There are 5 in numbers, while these ones are 7 in numbers, making it a total number of 12 keys. Total number of 12 keys. So we have 12 keys. But in these 12 keys, 5 of them that are up, the 5 of them has 2 names. The 5 of them has 2 names. So in naming in giving the names of keys, we call them 17 keys, because these 5 ones, they are having 2 names. So but naturally it is 12 in number. So just get to know it. As we go on, you understand why I say 5 of them has two names, making it a total number of 10. And 10 plus the 7 we have here is 17. It's equals to 17 keys. But that doesn't mean we have 17 keys. Naturally, what we have is only 12 keys. 7 natural keys and the sharp and flat 5 keys. But that 5 one, the 5 of them has two names. So that is the introduction to it. So having known this, let us draw one octave, main octave of a keyboard. Learn how to draw this. It is important. So draw a line, draw a line, draw a line. So after, just know that there is 2 that is closer and there is 3 that is closer. That is what you need to know. 2 and 3. And that is how you feel your organ. 2 and 3, 2 and 3. Don't forget about it. Then you put tail, put tail, put tail, and cross it. These ones here are the black ones. You can shade it if you want. If you like, you leave it like that. hope you can see what I'm doing. We are good to go. 2 and 3. So coming to this now, some keyboard, their key starts with C, some start with F, some you can construct anyone that starts with anyone, it doesn't concern you. But what you should look at number 1, for you to know key C, look at these two blacks that are closer. The white note before them is what we call key C. And many keyboards, especially digital keyboards we have, these 5-octave keyboards, they start with C. That means if this is C, then we must have A and B at the back of it, because this thing starts with A, B, C. So because in 1 octave in this modern keyboards it starts with C, then this one is D, this one, just count your A, B, C, D as it is now. A, B, C, D, here is E, here is F, G. Once you stop at G, you start another A, B, then the last one is the ending of this and the beginning of it, another one, another octave. But that is not what we are looking for now. So just know that if it starts with C, it will end with B, and then the next one will start with also C. Like if I add another octave, something like this, if I add it here, this C will come out, but it will not be normal C, it will be first upper octave. We'll talk about it later. So this is what you should know. Then in between C and D, there is a note. In between D and E, there is a note. So in between E and F, there is nothing. In between F and there is so these 5 ones, their names are 2. That's what I was explaining. So these are the white notes: C, D, E, F, G, A, B. But remember, we have A, B at the back of this, just because this keyboard I will be using to explain started with C. That is why I'm starting with C. If not, and it make it easier because C has white notes in their scales. So if you want to check it, this black 2, what's the key that started, the white key that started is a C, and these 3, the white note that starts them is what? F. So like a blind man can also play a keyboard with this black 2 and black 3s. So if you touch the 2, just know that it is key C. Then you start C, D, E, F, G, A, B. If you touch the F, the 3, just know that it's starting with F. That is the first thing you should know. Then coming to the black ones, they are easy to know. Why I'm saying they are easy, this is key C. They are independent on their own, but for them to have a name, they are called from here or from here. So they are in between C and D. That's why they are having 2 names. So for you to give this key a name, even though it has its own scales, its own everything as other keys, but they depend on C or D, this particular one, to have a name. That is what you must know. So for it to have a name, once it is C, you want to call it a name from C, then you have to call it C something. Then if it is D, you have to call it D something. The 2 things you must call it is what we call sharp and flat. That is the 2 things, 2 names, and they have symbols. The symbols are, if it is sharp and if it is flat, small b. So if I want to call it now If I want to call it from C, it will be C sharp. If I want to call it from D, it will be D flat, small b at the top. That is how it is being mentioned. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are sharp or flat keys. So a key, this key is sharp and this key is also flat, depending on where you are calling it its name. Remember a tire. Remember a tire. When it is pumped, it will be full. But once something happens to it, it will be flat. Then we call it flat tire. So once it's big, it is sharp, and once it's flat, it is down. Let me explain this now. When you want to call this name, this key a name, because it is in front of C, you call it C sharp. So this is C sharp. This key is C sharp. And also because the key is at the back of D, so when it is at the back, you call it D flat. If you are not understanding it, you can message me. I will repeat it again. So if the black key is in front of any key, like now C is in front of C, now it's looking at C, so it is sharp. But once it is at the back of a key, like D now is at the back of it, then it is called D flat because it's at the back. What this does is it reduces a tone, semitone or 2 semitone or 3 semitone. Those at the back reduces, but those are in the front sharpens. Like this key now, this key sharpens key C, it makes it a little bit higher. But this key, the same key, flattens D, it makes it lower. So if you are playing on D and somebody wants you to come down a little bit key, so if you say 1 semitone, this is the only key that flattens it 1 semitone, but I will come to that. So once it's at the back, it flattens. Once it's at the front of a key, it sharpens the same key. So this sharpens C, but this flattens D. Just understand it like that. We will still get to where we are going. So remember, C sharp, C, this is called C sharp or key D flat. Reason, because it is in front of C, so it sharpens C. Its name doesn't mean that it depends on C. No, it has its own method. We'll still get to that. Then another one is D. Now D is having another one in front of it, so D also has D sharp. Reason, because key has a note in front of it that can sharpen it, a semitone. So once D is having a key in front of it, this is this one, because if you are going like this, if you are moving like this, you must pass this before getting to this. So key D has this note that sharpens it, and it is independent on its own. It doesn't depend on anything. So that it's bearing key D sharp doesn't mean that it is D. No, D has its own, D sharp has its own. So then coming to E flat, it is at the back of E, so it flattens E, so we call it E flat. So they have two names. D sharp or E flat. So reason, because it is at the back of E, it is the only key that flattens E 1 semitone. So once a key, I'm talking about these black ones, that is where it happens. Okay, then E doesn't have any black notes, but theoretically F sharpens E. That is why some people used to argue that E has E sharp. But practically, you don't have a key that is designed as E sharp. But F, because F is in front of E, it sharpens E. But there is nothing like a key like the black ones that is called E sharp. Just get this information, because some still argue that because F sharpens E flat, F sharpens E, then it is called E flat, E sharp. No, it is not like that for me anyway. So theoretically, F sharpens E, but in practical method, as we have a key called D sharp or E flat, there is no key that is called E sharp or F flat. So that is how it is being calculated. Just follow me small, you get to that place. Okay, having established this fact, and you see this in E and F and B and C. You see this in B, E and F, and there is no key called E sharp. F is sharpening E. There is no key called F flat. It is E that flattens F. Understand that. Coming to this one again, key F. This is key F. The one in front, the black note in front, is called F sharp because it is in front of F and it sharpens F, a semitone. But coming to G, there is a key called key G, and is at the back. This F sharp is still at the back, so it is also called G flat. So anytime you use, two of them can go. So it is called F sharp when you are calling it from F. When you are calling it from G, it is called G flat. It is called G flat. So another one is G also. G has a key in front of it, so you call it G sharp. Also, coming to A, the same key is functioning also as A flat because it flattens A. So these keys, they have double function. That's what the whole thing I'm explaining. It flattens A and sharpens G. So that is why it is being called two names. So it is called A flat. Another one is this. So key A has a note in front of it, and that is why we call it A sharp. Start calculating with me, please. So then, because it's at the back of B, it is called B flat. So with this, you can continue. So if you want to add another octave, this is main octave. If you want to add another octave, you can still do that and continue. Remember, you have your two, then you draw a line, then have your 3. So you have another octave. So, and once you stop at B, the next one will be C. That's what I was explaining. So BC. The same thing that happens here also will happen here, because B, there is no black note that sharpens B. So the white note sharp is doing the work of that B sharp, but there is no note called B sharp. Also, there is no note called C flat. Reason, because there is no black note designated for it. There is a reason for that. As we go further, we understand. Then What's flattened C, one semitone is this B. So B and C, they are helping themselves. So B flattens C and C sharpens B. Unlike this one now, like this one now, F sharpens E and E flattens F. So C, but this C is first upper octave. That is the C as it goes. So this is what you should know about these things. After C we have also D. After D we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You start having another A, B, and it goes like that. So this is where I'll draw the curtain. If you still have problem, you need to understand how the names are. So using this keyboard as an example, this is the two black notes, and this is the 3 black notes, and this is the main octave. From C, this is C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So if it is starting with C, then there is B, A at the back. So that is the thing. This is the black notes in front of C that sharpens C, and we call it C sharp. And it is also the key at the back of D, and it flattens D. So this is the key we are referring as C sharp or D flat, because it is at the back of D and it flattens key D. So it has double function. So that was what we are explaining. So this is E, C, D, E, F. You can use the same method and discover the names of all the keys. Please continue working hard. So this is B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and it continues like that. So this is C, this is C. If you go up, this is also C,